It was several years ago. At the time, I was working in an old, cozy cafe, and in the evenings when there were fewer customers, I often talked with one of the regulars, an old man named Ivan. He was an incredibly interesting person who had been through a lot and knew a huge number of stories. But one day, he told me a story that I still can't get out of my head. It was so strange and mysterious that I decided to share it with you. I had just moved into a new house. I was looking for something cozy with soul, and this old house on the outskirts of town seemed perfect to me. It was small, wooden, with a large porch and a garden. I liked the smell of wood and old books. But there was one strange thing about it. Every night, at about the same time, I heard a quiet, almost indistinguishable ringing. It was like the ringing of a bell, but very, very distant. I thought it was the wind, or maybe the neighbors, even though they lived far away. But the ringing was always the same. At some point, I began to fall asleep to this ringing. It calmed me, and I even felt that it became easier for me, as if something had gone away from my life. I stopped feeling lonely, and I even began to communicate with the ringing. "Hello," I would sometimes say into the void. "What are you doing?" And one day I decided to find the source of this sound. I searched the entire house, the attic, the basement, every room, but I found nothing. However, in one of the rooms, which had once been a nursery, I found an old, worn-out diary. I started reading it. It was a little girl's diary. She wrote about her life, her toys, her dreams, and about how much she loved a little bell that her grandfather had given her. It helped her calm down when she was scared. She always carried it with her and said that the ringing of the bell was her voice. But one day, on one of the pages, I saw only one sentence written in shaky handwriting. "The bell is lost, and now I am alone." And nothing else. No other entries. That night, when I finished reading the diary, there was no ringing. I waited until morning, but I never heard it. For the first time, I felt truly alone. I searched for the bell for several weeks, but to no avail. Then one day, I decided to plant a tree in the backyard. I dug, and suddenly the shovel hit something hard. I bent down and saw something shiny in the ground. It was a small, old bell. It was a little rusty, but it still sparkled. I picked it up, and at that moment, I felt warmth. I went back into the house. I put the bell on the table